There are places on the map that humanity just walked away from. Not because the economy failed, and not because of a natural disaster, but because whatever was waiting for them in the dark made staying absolutely impossible. Today, we're looking at two locations separated by thousands of miles, but linked by one terrifying reality: the moment you realize you're being hunted. Deep on the southern edge of Alaska's Kenai Peninsula lies the ghost town of Port Chatham. In the early 20th century, it was a thriving fishing community, but by 1950, every single resident had packed their lives into boats and fled, leaving the entire town completely abandoned. Local lore points to a terrifying presence the native Alutiiq people called the Nantinak, a massive bipedal creature stalking the tree line. It started with strange disappearances. Loggers and hunters walked into the mountains and simply never returned. Then, the rumors turned grim. Remains began washing down the mountain streams into the lagoon. Wounds that local woodsmen noted did not match the typical patterns of a bear or wolf attack. The fear was so overwhelming that the village school closed, families abandoned their homes, and by 1950, even the post office shut down for good. Decades later, hunters exploring the ruins still reported the distinct sound of heavy, two-legged footsteps circling their tents in the dead of night. To this day, the wilderness has completely reclaimed Port Chatham, keeping its dark history buried in the fog. But sometimes the isolation isn't found in the deep woods. Sometimes it's out on the open highway. In the mid-1990s, a stretch of U.S. Route 29 running through Virginia became the focus of a chilling investigation. It began with the disappearance of Alicia Showalter Reynolds in 1996. Her car was found parked neatly on the shoulder near Culpeper, completely functional, with a napkin placed under the windshield wiper. Alicia, however, was gone. As investigators searched for answers, a terrifying pattern emerged. Dozens of women came forward with identical stories. They reported a clean-cut man in a pickup truck following them on the highway, flashing his lights and honking frantically to convince them their vehicles were breaking down. One woman actually accepted a ride from him, only to realize he was trying to steer her down an isolated side road. She narrowly escaped by throwing herself from the moving vehicle. Alicia wasn't as fortunate. Her remains were discovered 2 months later. Over the years, multiple high-profile cases have been linked to this specific highway corridor. While nearby serial killers like Richard Mark Ivanitz were heavily scrutinized by investigators, and later cold cases brought new theories to light, the identity of the original Route 29 stalker remains officially unresolved. Two different eras, two completely different landscapes, but both serve as a stark reminder of how quickly a familiar journey can turn into a mystery. Which of these cases do you find more unsettling? Let me know your theories in the comments below, and follow for more deep dives into history's darkest anomalies.